The Torah discusses the laws of purity and impurity, both for the animal kingdom and for humans. But we find an interesting order. First, the Torah tells us all about which animals are pure or impure, and then only goes to discuss the laws of purity and impurity for the human being. So, the rabbis and sages ask, why is that so? One answer offered is that they follow the order of creation. If you open up the book of Genesis, all of the world was created first, including the animals, and only came along the human being as the last creation of all. Which begs the question, why in fact were human beings created last when it came to creation? And two answers are offered, which seem to be polar opposites of each other. On the one hand, we're told we're created last so that the human being prevents himself from becoming too arrogant, because he's always reminded, or she's always reminded, that we were created even after the final mosquito was put into this world. You're lower than a maggot. Don't get too proud. On the other hand, God wanted for the human being, which was the prize of all of his creations, of his handiwork, to be the last, so that everything that he prepared for him or her was like a banquet, to recognize that the whole world was his in order to better serve his or her creator. So which one is it? Are we inferior to everything else, or are we superior? And the truth is that both are true. We are inferior, but we're also the crown jewel of creation. You see, we were given intellectual power, which provides also spiritual freedom. And it gives us the fortitude to choose and to improve. We always are able to make the right choices, which is something that animals do not have. They follow their instincts. But we also have the ability to choose evil. You see, our greatest gift becomes the source for our biggest downfall. And unfortunately, we used to always refer back to the Holocaust to remind us how low the human being can fall. How a person can actually do such unspeakable things to other human beings. And today, the craziness doesn't stop. Now we have, unfortunately, the ability to refer to something that's far fresher in our minds, the October 7th massacre of Jews. And there we were able to see how human beings, soldiers and regular citizens, were able to apply the worst atrocities to not only grown men, but to women and to even babies. The human being truly has proven that we could be even more low than a mosquito. Animals would behave with greater compassion. On the other hand, where is the hope for anything? So the Torah teaches us that God is not looking for people that are good from the get-go. God created us this way, that if we are left to our own impulses, we could do the most unspeakable things. What God is looking for are for people that choose to become transformative, that don't fall to the praise of their impulses, but rather, at the right moment, choose to do good and to do something that's worthy not only in the eyes of his or her creator, but in the eyes of his fellow or her fellow human beings. So remember, we were created last for a reason. And we're reminded about this again in the laws of purity, when our laws only come after the laws of the animal kingdom, to remind us that the choice is ours. Would you like to be even less of a creation than a small mosquito? Or would you like to, in fact, be the crown jewel of creation? And it all depends on us, by choosing wisely and using our spiritual freedom and ability for freedom of choice to make the right, godly choices and to do what's good, as Ethics of Our Fathers said, in the eyes of our Creator and in the eyes of our fellow human beings. Have a great Shabbos.